How is it to be in Frankfurt? I mean, why do you come here?
It's the first time I come to Germany, actually, even though I've been living in Paris for a long time. But I'm very glad to be here because it's a literary word. You know, it's not a movie business. This is not about the marketing in Cannes or in Toronto or American film market. It's about just people who deal with storytelling, with books. So it's very interesting to be here. I'm very glad.
I mean, how does it compare to sort of the movie industry, which I'm sure you're very used to?
You don't have the spotlights and the red carpets and the limousine service. Everybody stand in line and they come here. Just like one of the greatest festivals, in my opinion, in the world is Telluride Film Festival. And Telluride is very humble. It's about, they only choose 22 films a year and no press, no red light, no red carpet. Everybody flies together in the same chartered plane. So it's not about getting the fame and the celebrity. It's about doing the work. And here in Frankfurt, it kind of feels the same. Look, we're standing and people are carrying books and they're gonna go. I'm gonna go to the book stand. And, you know, it's.
Well, this is Publishing Perspectives, probably as close as it gets to a red carpet. I apologise for that. It's probably a bit.
I haven't. Yes, maybe, but not for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you've been talking about your upcoming film, The Attack. Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
It's a film that I finished last year. And it's about a story based on a book by a great novelist called Yasmina Khadra, and also called The Attack. And it's a story of a surgeon, a Palestinian surgeon who lives in Israel, who at the beginning gets rewarded the highest prize for his medical achievement. And then the next day he gets a call asking him to come and identify the body, because of a suicide bombing that happened. So it turns out to be the body of his wife. So he did not expect that at all, because he believes that he's a modern couple, very wealthy couple. His wife does not fill any of the criteria of what we consider as a suicide bomber. Sure. She's not Muslim, she's not veiled, she's not coming from a refugee camp, she's totally the opposite. She's like living in the Palestinian-Israeli Beverly Hills. How could somebody from this do something like this? So he goes into this long voyage to trying to uncover the truth.
Fantastic. Sounds fascinating. And I mean, as far as the industry is concerned, from screenplay to movie, I mean, how tough is it at the moment, that industry?
Good question. Look, it's always been very difficult to make your movies, period. And if you're making independent, it's even more difficult. And if you're talking about something related to the Middle East, it's even more difficult. Not just writing it, but also making the film, financing it, distributing it, convincing people to come and see it. The whole thing is, you know, the whole thing is long, tedious work. Did I face extra difficulties? Not more than so many other people. My story is not unique at all. It's just we are at a time where the market is flooded. A typical festival has 200-300 movies. Out of the 200-400 movies, how many gets distributed a year? 5%? 2%? That's it.
It's tough.
That's very tough.
I mean, it's something that I'm sure you're asked a lot of the time, and you probably get sick of it. But I must ask you.
And I know what that
but I mean,
get it off your chest.
Tarantino. Tell me something about him. I mean, what's it like to work with?
Something about him. You got to ask him. But I could tell you that it was just a good experience to work with him. I worked with him for many years, and he's a brilliant filmmaker who left certainly his traces on a lot of young filmmakers too. Sure. And certainly he must have left something. Maybe not his stories or his filmmaking process, not his films, but his filmmaking process that certainly affected me in certain ways. But I mean, there are other filmmakers that also left a big impression.
Big mark, exactly.
Yeah.
And one quick final question that I've been asking a lot of people today is, what is your favourite book of the last 12 months?
I just finished 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. And I love this book because all his world is so twisted and so surreal, yet it's very real. And he's just a great novelist.